Hello everyone, welcome back again to our third and final match of the night against the High Noon Landers from NJIT, going up against our very own, Howe.
Howe, indeed.
our Stevens boys here. So we're going to take a look at the team once again, just talk about, the things that we've seen today, the plays that they've made, their character choices and how they fit their roles on the team. Starting from Nisa Panda again, we saw him game one, again pick up the Zenyatta, right? I think he stuck Zenyatta for the most part. Great plays were made, of course, pulling out the Iris at very key points, key moments. King Ultimate X on the Roadhog. We saw a lot of great Roadhog plays on Ilios.
We saw Diva as well from
Yes,
him.
we also saw a lot of Diva as well. Again, both characters pulling their absolute weight in these games. We saw Unk swap in after the first match.
In place of Nisa Panda.
In place of Nisa Panda, and instead of bringing out, we saw a little bit of the Zarya, but most importantly, we saw the Orisa. Now, when the Orisa came out, again, we saw one on the other side from Grand Valley State. It was on Ilios. Well, a great map for Orisa. What do you think about these three so far and how they've affected the team comp?
They've been playing really well. They seem to be like the frontline core, I would say, kind of.
For sure.
Where Nisa Panda seems to be supporting them mostly. He's playing Zenyatta. He's pretty disruptive. He has his orbs as well for sustain and damage. And, he's not something that you can just sneeze at. You need to deal with him, especially if he has his ultimate. You can't just allow him to invulnerable everything, pretty much. Otherwise, you're going to get your next play shut down.
Absolutely.
We also saw several good...
Graviton bombs?
Yes, Graviton bombs.
Definitely. Hollywood, as well as... No, I think it was mostly Hollywood. The one Graviton bomb where they were able to stick all of the enemy team above...
In the balcony
in the balcony
yes.
on the building. That was a great play, keeping them off the point, being able to just nail them down quickly.
But I guess we'll have to see what they can bring if we're going to stick to the same strategies here.
Yeah.
Maybe we have to change up given by what the NJIT boys bring.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. In game one's going to be on Route 66. Very excited. I like this map a lot personally. Always been a fan of the Wild Western theme.
It's a 2-point payload map, right?
Yes, a 2-point strictly escort the payload map.
Yes.
Very, very fun, very wide and open, plenty of airspace. So we can see some Pharahs here. There's always a lot of Hanzo and Widowmaker and whatnot. There's some great stuff. This map is a lot of fun, especially what I'm excited to see is how the GOATS strategy from Stevens can apply to this map as well. Of course, in the other maps we've seen, it's mostly been either capture the point or, on Hollywood, we only got to see assaulting the payload point, so we didn't get to see what it actually looks like when they're escorting something.
Yeah. Well, given that we're playing on Route 66, it definitely has a lot of open space. It also has several choke points.
Yep.
And I expect to maybe see some Bastion
That would be
payload.
Insane.
I have seen it before.
Bastion on the payload would be
Bastion
pretty
Rhyme
awesome.
Or something like that, If you can manage to hold it, it gets the job done.
Right. Now, we could also see a pretty heavy setup from NJIT if they're on the defending team first. Definitely things we want to look out for is where they choose to set up the first choke point. On Route 66, the first payload point, the payload has to go around a couple curves and bends, so they can either set up on that first rock archway, or they can
junkyard.
Yes, or they can choose to set up on top of the building, or around the corner, or up on the ledge where the rocks and the wooden balcony are. So there's plenty of different set points for both of these teams, and I'm very excited to see what the defense and the offense looks like in order to stop those.
I believe this map also isn't particularly terrible for Widow. She has a lot of angles that she can grapple to and a lot of long corridors that she can snipe down.
Absolutely.
Maybe we'll see some of that. Definitely, though, in the bigger choke points, we can probably expect to see some Graviton Bomb, high
Definitely
DPS ultimate combos.
Some Zarya plays. We can absolutely expect to see characters like Rhine on both offense and defense.
Oh, for sure.
Personally, if escorting the payload, I'm more of a fan of like Orisa here. And there's also, again, plenty of other stuff that we can talk about as we're going to load into the game right here. Checking out Route 66. Gonna give our gonna give our teams 30 seconds here to assemble their heroes. For the NJIT side, we're starting with Abadio, Conrad, Peter, Cake, Sickest, and Quad Core. Gonna be interested to see what kind of comp they bring out for us. Again, starting with Unk on the team here. I didn't get a chance to see who's sitting in the sub spot. It looks like it is
Angular.
Yes. All right.
Let's see what they pull out here.
So first things first, as our teams spawn in on the offense, we have
looks like we have Nisei Panda still choosing,
which is interesting, because you kind of think they have their comp ready, but nope, it's probably just a troll. So on the offense, we have Bridget, Zenyatta, Mercy, Reinhardt, Zarya, and Lucio. I like this a lot. Mercy is a great single target healer. Definitely important to keep, your front lines healthy as well as your damage dealers. Definitely gonna be looking towards that Rein and the Zarya to keep the core of the front line safe and ready to go. Oh, it looks like we're changing. We're going to get a D.Va Winston, and of course on the defending team we have Nisei Panda on the Reinhardt, Lucio, D.Va, Hanzo, Ana, and Zarya. Immediately, going to see Legendary trying to stay up on this rock, get some cheap shots in early. I like how they're choosing to stay on the building. Definitely a high vantage point in this map is crucial.
Again, they're really showing some discipline here. They're not really overextending.
Absolutely. I think they definitely know that these guys they absolutely know what they're doing and can take control of the match whenever they want. Looks like blue team might be scrambling a little bit here. Winston looking like he can pretty much hold them back by himself.
It looks like they're getting a bit pinned up on top of the gas station here.
Yeah, now that they can't come down as a team, red team's already almost got it to the payload.
Ooh, Ana Lucio dropped.
Unfortunately, losing both supports. Stevens is going to get pushed all the way back. First point is going to get easily taken by NJIT. Nice play from NJIT. Stevens tried to keep their foothold on top of the building, but they weren't able to establish enough ground control before NJIT already had the payload up to the point.
Yeah, it didn't even require any ultimates. Just raw power seems to be able to push them out.
Absolutely.
Looks like the D.Va and Winston are really trying to take front line here and be extremely disruptive. And they're getting plenty of support from the Lucio and the Zenyatta.
Absolutely.
Over time. We have the Hanzo ultimate ready here.
We got 3 ultimates ready for the offense as well as 2 for the defense here. Legendary gonna get down.
Hanzo killed from above by the Winston.
Winston not gonna get punished for it. Bridget popping rally. Everyone's just charging down, trying to get as many kills as possible.
That's 3 down now. 4.
And
five.
no ultimates were spent from the Stevens team, and only one from the NJIT team, looking incredibly strong here in game 1.
I don't even think the payload has stopped moving once.
I don't think it has either. Any sort of contest that they thought they were going to have, they absolutely did not have it. We've got 5, count them, 5 ultimates ready to go for NJIT and 4 on the Stevens side. Let's see what the next stop is going to look like, probably as soon as the payload starts moving into the closed corridor.
Yeah, now we have really tight spaces here. Could be a lot of potential for the Hein ultimate or
Hanzo ult, Ana ult, I mean, the Lucio to stop anything from the red team. We're going to see what this stop has to offer.
Right now, that Graviton bomb from red could be very dangerous.
Looks like Hanzo's going to pop ult, Winston's going to go big monkey time. Reinhardt's going to get out of there real quick. Lucio popping sound barrier. And another one from the other side.
Oh, Graviton bomb.
Getting stuck in the Graviton bomb. Looking to escape the D.Va. Only losing Zarya on that play. We got Earth Shatter coming out and Nano
down.
boost.
Winston down. Nano on the Rein.
D.Va popping explosion.
Pin misses. And it just seems like they've managed to stick them and hold them here.
D.Va's on the back line. Looking to get out of there quickly. Hanzo popping another ultimate that was so fast.
Yeah, he must have been dishing out a lot of damage.
This is going to be their chance to try to get the payload out.
Looks like Legendary overextended a bit and he got picked off by the Bridget.
Bridget popping rally again, of course, forcing his team to make a mad dash, taking over the payload, pushing blue team almost all the way back, losing almost everyone here.
They've lost 4. And Legendary just came back up, and it looks like he switched to Bridget off of Hanzo here.
Looks like we're gonna have to wait and see what happens here.
Oh, well, actually, he picked up Zenyatta.
Barraging Spawn with the micro missiles.
Doesn't seem like they can get out.
Is there any sort of contest here? This is the last push. Here comes the Graviton Bomb. Looks like there's no other ultis to follow it up.
Oh man.
Enemy Reinhardt is gonna not gonna throw down the Earth Shatter. Oh, he did. Oh, and the enemy Graviton Bomb. And it looks like they took round 1. Well, that was
very fast.
Absolutely stunning from NJIT. That was a lot of great plays. They pretty much were able to capitalize where our Stevens guys just were not set up and ready to go in time. Without establishing ground control and like trying to stop them as soon as they spawn from base, as soon as the offense team is able to scatter out, there's like nothing that can be done once the offensive team has established ground dominance.
It just seemed like their plan to hold them from around the corner initially sort of fell apart. The Winston and the D.Va were being very disruptive.
Yes.
And it seemed like none of the DPS that they had managed to get an angle on anybody who was maintaining push on the payload.
Right.
And they didn't really seem to be able to push them away and establish a position where they could actually defend. And so they lost the entire first point within, I think, a minute.
Right, and I think part of that situation might have been that the offensive team realized that they weren't going to like chokehold them at spawn, and they were able to switch to D.Va and Winston and just dive on whatever setup they had already. So here we go, coming in on round 2.
Similar setup here.
A similar setup for our Stevens boys. It looks like it's going to be another GOAT setup with 3 supports and 3 tanks.
We have the D.Va this time.
Pretty much, actually, a similar play from NJIT. It looks like it's going to be the Bridget, Zenyatta, Lucio, Reinhardt, D.Va, Zarya. I like, again, the Lucio and Lucio, D.Va, Reinhardt, Zenyatta. That's like a really tough core to crack, especially when you see it with another tank like Zarya behind
Looks like they're trying to pull something sneaky here by hiding in the crate.
We
I wonder what their plan
see
is.
how sneaky things went like this before. How
they just
are
jump
they
out
going
and
to change
pounce
it?
on him. Nobody seems
So
to be
much
going down,
damage.
though.
Nobody's gone down yet.
A lot of shields breaking.
A lot of blue team at 50%. Zarya goes down. Reinhardt already at 61% ult, getting a lot of support.
Oh, Ryan got
Losing
killed. He must have been
4-man. Coming out of mech. Almost 5 here.
Wow.
For NJIT, Reinhardt already has ultimate. They already have so much ult percentage built up. The Stevens team is going to have to really take a slower approach in order to get to the payload right now.
Yeah, it just seems like before any ultimates even come down, the NJIT guys are managing to get an advantage.
Absolutely.
The shatter goes down from Ryan on red.
Bridget immediately popping rally here for her team.
Looks like they're trying to push together all at once.
Both Bridgets popping. Looks like blue team might have come out on top here, trying to push their advantage. Reinhardt has Earth Shadow ready to use.
When's he gonna pull it?
We got 2. We got the sound barrier and the Graviton Bomb. How are they gonna react? We got the sound barrier from the blue team. Zenyatta's Iris popped. Looks like blue team popping. Oh, here comes the reverse Graviton Bomb. How can they capitalize off this? They got Bridget down, but it looks like
Oh, there goes the Ryan, the Lucio, and the Zenyatta.
Blue team making a nice pushback here. D.Va coming in, trying to disrupt. She goes down too.
That was absolute chaos. Everybody was just stuck in that small corridor in the mountain.
Looks like blue team's gonna come out of this one on top for now. We're gonna have to see how red team regroups and comes back to try to stop the second push. If blue team can get the payload around the corner, it looks like they might have a pretty good footing in order to take this, but they need to be careful, especially when they're forcing their Reinhardt and Zarya up on top of Big Earls.
Yeah. It seems like Ryan decided to hold his ultimate for that entire fight.
It was a great choice, especially after the second Graviton Bomb. D.Va going to pop ult here, forcing Reinhardt and everyone to move around.
Pin misses.
Here comes another Earth Shatter from the other side. Can they capitalize on it?
Almost deaths on all of red team. Everybody going below 50%. Basically.
Bridget ult. D.Va's going to pop ult here too.
2 down on blue, 3 down on blue, 4.
Cake has ult now, so does Zarya on the red team. Only Reinhardt left for blue. He's not even out there yet. He's waiting for his team, and it looks like red is going to make a successful stop right here. Blue team with 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go. This is a nail biter. It is anyone's game.
That was very, very close. Pretty much the entirety of red dropped to below 50% right when they pushed with the Reinhold and the D.Va ult. but they somehow managed to sustain and regain control.
Coming in with a secondary push here. Oh, another Earth Shatter. Gonna lose your 2 tanks.
Zenyatta coming in a little
popping the
late.
Iris.
It looks like they're just falling apart.
So close, so close.
A near environmental death there.
D.Va coming out of mech here. They're again, once they're just being forced back by NJIT, showing their established dominance. Bridget popping ult again, just showing that their team is absolutely in control and ready to fight for this point here. They are not going to give up any ground. The Reinhardt's duking it out in the middle of the street. Lucio popping the sound barrier. Are we gonna see a follow-up? Graviton. D.Va's gonna pop ult here.
Uh-oh. This could be bad.
Getting back into mech. Right, here comes the Earth Shatter. Here comes blue team Bridget ult. Are we gonna see anything for the follow-up? D.Va's gonna pop ult here. This could be bad. That's a nice triple kill.
Whoa. Well placed. D.Va
Zenyatta still in the scene with his Iris available. Blue team just has 3 seconds. They need to focus on getting the payload and holding it. The Stevens team does have 3 ultimates here. Zenyatta's just gonna pop Iris and try to sit on it while his team comes back. Gotta be careful here.
And here they come.
King getting down.
Gravity
Another
bomb.
gravity bomb. What can we see? An Earth Shatter. We gotta get. That's 4 kills
right in a row.
All they have to do is get Zarya out of the way, and it looks like they can take this one.
That gravity
bomb. Trying to hold out. That's it. It looks like they're gonna make it to the next point.
Just barely.
Just barely, giving themselves another 2.5 minutes to try at this point.
That
Stevens
gravity bomb
is absolutely holding on.
Was very clutch.
Absolutely holding on by a thread here. All Stevens has to do is reestablish their foothold and show NJIT what we are all about and what we are here to fight for. Enemy team Bridget popping rally here. They're gonna try to make a mad push.
They're rushing in. Everybody, Ryan and Moira leading the, or not Moira, Bridget leading the way.
Bridget popping ult. Zenyatta popping Iris now too.
Doesn't seem like they're managing getting any good damage out on the blue team, but Ryan dropped.
Unfortunately losing Ryan. That's gonna be one of your big core tanks here.
Lucio barely surviving. He goes down. He almost has ulti.
Look at all the support being put onto Cake here.
D.Va unfortunately doesn't manage to get her ulti off.
Blue team looking a little scattered. Not going to be able to take hold of this payload quick enough. Red team forcing them off it, and now at a 5 ultimate lead.
All right, well, they've got the Lucio ult, so maybe they can make something happen. But
as well as the D.Va explosion, that's also incredibly important right now. Being able to clear off a point in any big space would allow them to move in, but unfortunately, that could get countered by any ult from the other team, so they have to be incredibly careful when they use it.
Yep. Looks like both teams are trying to be very, very picky about this. They're both all holding on to their ultimates. D.Va looking for the Zenyatta.
Dropping a little low on the blue side. Lucio dropping the sound barrier. We're going to see a D.Va ult from the red team.
Uh-oh.
Dropping 3. Unfortunately, D.Va's going to have to call in the mech here. Losing Zenyatta. And D.Va forced to recall here while her entire team comes back from spawn with only 40 seconds left. This is looking a little bit, just a little bit in the favor of NJIT here, being able to hold them off from whichever way they decide to approach from. Absolutely insane. NJIT still holding on to 2 great ultimates. Bridget popping rally to get her team in there. It's a mad dash to see what they can spend.
Gravity bomb
in response. Another one from the other response. Are we going to see an Earth Shatter from Ryan? Immediately popping the Iris from both sides.
There's so much ult charge just going everywhere. Damage all across the entire area.
Red team losing Bridget. Blue team losing Reinhardt and an ultimate. That could be big. D.Va getting unmixed on red side.
Zenyatta down.
Cake on the Reinhardt going low, getting forced out of position. Can he get punished for it? No, Zarya's gonna personal shield him. He's still gonna be alive. Taking out in Vertigo on the Lucio.
They have to hold on.
Red team with all their teammates alive. The Reinhardt.
He's back and he's trying to hold, but he's getting damaged
He
really
still
bad.
has ult.
The Zenyatta
He's gonna spend
orb.
it any second here. Bridget popping ult again. That's 4 down for red team. Blue team has a chance here.
They don't have any tools right now. All they have is Zarya ult. It seems like they're going to be able to get this.
There's a good possibility with the Bridget ult again. They're going to be able to make another mad dash out of base any second here.
They need to be careful. They could get countered by a D.Va ulti if they get reckless.
All they have to do is all NJIT has to do is use their D.Va ult to get Stevens off of the payload, and we're going to see exactly what happens right here. We're gonna see another Bridget ult and a Graviton Bomb. We're gonna see, we're gonna get another Diva ult. Are we gonna see the Earth Shadow from Ryan? He goes down. 3 left on the blue team, 2 left on the blue team.
Ken Stevens just not in time.
Ken Stevens responds in any sort of way to get red team off the base, and it looks like they're not gonna do it. They're gonna try to hold on with every last ounce, and that's going to be round 1 to NJIT. An absolutely insane game, an absolutely awesome map to play on. A phenomenal plays from both teams.
Yeah, great effort.
Literally going back and forth the entire time. As you can see, we were literally on the edges of our seats.
That was definitely not free. It was a decisive first round, but the second one, definitely not free.
Stevens absolutely turned up on their offensive, and NJIT was able to answer, I mean, a little bit later, but they were still able to show them what's what in both the first point and on the way to the second on Route 66.
It just seemed like every time the Zenyatta ultis came in just a little bit late.
Right. So we're going to see map 2 here in a second. I'm not sure what map 2 is. Hanamura. All right. So this is an interesting map. Hanamura, highly regarded as one of the single toughest double capture points in the entire game. Reason being, there's a lot of small corridors, a lot of large open areas, plenty of open dead space for both you and your teammates to get absolutely obliterated from every angle if you don't see it coming.
Gotcha. All right, well, I guess we'll have to see what they bring.
Absolutely. I'm definitely interested to see what the offense looks like for these maps, because the more you dig in, the stronger your setting is. But if that offense can crack your defense on any side, you are instantly losing point 1.
I imagine because it's so open, we're still going to see a lot of Zarya presence here.
Definitely,
to try and group enemies up.
Grouping enemies up is going to be key to eliminating the defense, especially for people like Torb or people like Bastion, especially the heavy dig-in characters. Whether we're going to see them or not, it's going to be incredibly important for positioning our defense here.
Now, this map is 2 CP, right?
Yes, this is a 2 CP map.
So, I guess we'll see probably similar strategies on both halves of the map.
Right.
Any heroes you think that will be prominent here, other than maybe Zarya and Lucio?
Other than those, I definitely... Oh, it looks like we're going to get a switch in here. Unk is going to switch out for Angular. We're going to see what this switch does to the team dynamic. I'm definitely interested to see how this one goes for the Stevens side.
I've seen some very interesting Moira play on this map, so maybe we'll get to see something here.
I'm not sure about capture point 1. Actually, both capture points could be great for Moira as well as Pharah. I definitely like the ability to control the airspace and the ability to get people not only with the concussion grenade, but also just barraged with rockets as soon as they try to go through an entry point.
Yeah, because there's a lot of open airspace here, so there's a lot of potential.
Certainly a Mercy map as well. But you definitely like to see characters, like support characters on this map. We're going to see a lot of Mercy. We're going to see Bridget, and we're going to see Moira for sure.
All right, well, here we go.
And then I'm going to be wrong.
We got...
So here we go.
We've got 40 seconds as soon as we load in.
We're going to load on into Hanamura here. We're in about 30 seconds. We're going to get to see what the team comps are packing here.
Well, you know what we haven't seen? We've only seen one soldier today.
Have we? I don't even remember Soldier, I'll be honest.
Yeah, we did.
Soldier would be an interesting pick. Personally, I like him for this map, especially on the first point on defense. Reason being, or actually both points for defense, because if you can get up here, like up on the balconies without the other team knowing, or up on the far left side on the capture point, activate that ult, and anyone who's entering is going to be knocked out here. Right, so it looks like we're seeing the Stevens team on the defensive side here. We're starting with Nisei on the Zenyatta, Bananas on the Bridget, Diva, Zarya, Lucio, Reinhardt. It's once again, you're seeing the GOATS strategy in play. As we've seen time and time again, the tried and true strategy developed by our boys here.
The exact mirror composition, exact mirror.
Wonderful for the offensive team. So we're gonna see which way the GOATS strategy prevails the most. What is it on offense or is it on defense? Both of these teams highly well matched. Both these teams highly skilled, and we're going to see a lot of crazy plays being made.
Well, still taking a reserved approach, not overextending very far. They're trying to hold at the gate.
Except immediately losing Bridget and Lucio here. Red team, like we saw earlier, just making a mad dash for the point here.
It seems like they just got overwhelmed.
Stevens completely unsuspecting of this.
I wonder what happened there. It seemed like the Rhine shield should have been
I
blocking
have
for the Lucio.
no idea. The Reinhardt for blue team was just way out in the front, and he was not holding the shield at all, just swinging his hammer trying to knock them away.
We have a swap to Orisa here.
We're going to get a swap to Orisa. I like this choice. We're also going to swap to Symmetra here for the teleporter.
Ah, that's something
and
we
the
haven't
Bastion,
seen.
too.
Oh.
This is what we wanted to see, a true dig-in composition here. Bastion's just going to get pounded away by the enemy team.
But it don't matter.
NJIT losing Bridget, Reinhardt, and Lucio here. Zarya getting low. Diva looking like she's going to have to back out here.
I think Diva's going to try and be sneaky.
Stevens definitely getting the chance to figure out what kind of strategy they want to use here. I really like this a lot. This is going to be super cool.
They're trying to get down and dirty. Like, they've got 3-4 up top here, trying to maintain defense.
Absolutely insane. Now we have a Zarya Graviton Bomb ready to go. The red team's looking like they're packing almost a Zenyatta, Iris, and a Diva self-destruct with the Earth Shatter slowly on the way.
Lucio surfing his way in circles around the room.
We're going to see the red team approach from the side, unsuspecting of the Symmetra and her turrets. This could be trouble. That's a lot of damage. Oh, Orisa getting knocked down. This could be bad. Opening up her shield. Are we going to see any ults in response to this push? Immediately losing Bastion. Here comes the Graviton Bomb from blue side. Orisa going down. So is Bastion. Iris popped to try to save everyone. Bridget popping the rally as well.
Seems like they've managed to stall them and push them off.
Just
down on blue.
Barely. Symmetra putting up the wall here. Unfortunately going to go down to that. Not much else she could do here. Looks like we're getting a wrecking ball from blue side. Zenyatta's going to go down. Is red team even going to have to pop an ult to finish this point off?
They're still holding on to the Lucio and the Diva, and it doesn't look like they're trying to.
Wrecking ball, trying to do as much damage and disruption as possible.
A May out of nowhere.
Immediately 4 down. Bastion popping the ult, but not going to be able to get in there in time. Unfortunate. Game 1 going to NJIT. An absolute slaughterfest on Hanamura. A crazy, crazy time on this map.
That was very, very chaotic. We saw like 5 switches there.
We saw so many switches. I liked the Orisa swap. I really liked the Wrecking Ball swap, but I think it needed to happen sooner.
Yeah, maybe so. And I don't know what exactly happened, but however that Orisa got knocked off the top there was what made everything fall down, for sure.
Is this is Hanamura best 3 or 5?
It's both sides.
Oh yeah.
You play both sides. You attack and defend.
Didn't they just? Oh my God!
No.
I'm losing my mind.
You're getting caught. You're getting ahead of yourself.
I'm getting caught up.
All right, let's
I said
see.
game 1, but
what do they pull out? What do they pull out? All right. Same exact lineup, except we have an Ana now for blue with a Widow.
A Widow? Oh, come on! Don't tease us like that. You know you want to. All right. So it looks like we're gonna get another try here from the red side. The old goats strategy. Again, same thing from blue team. They're just gonna stick with what they know works. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. And it looks like the red team is going to employ the same strategy. They're going to try and hold them at the gate, it looks like.
This time, it looks like we're going to get a sneaky Diva play up top. Haha.
Maybe she can, maybe she's looking to push somebody past a Rhine shield or something.
Right. Maybe looking for the squishy supports in the back line. Maybe trying to catch the Ana. That is the slowest moving support with probably the squishiest support on their lineup here. Even Ryan in here going for the pin like we saw earlier, but unfortunately he got reverse pinned.
I think he got interrupted by it.
I have no idea what happened, but it looks like they're gonna lose. NJIT is gonna lose their Reinhardt. Lucio going down for blue.
Goes awry.
Diva out of mech. Blue team trying to push as quickly as possible. Earth Shatter already coming out from Angular.
And Diva is
another nice pick from Stevens.
All right, everybody's off. They only have the Lucio here to deal with.
Reinhardt telling us he says hello as we're going to get a nice look at the bell here. The real question is NJIT going to attempt to push
retake?
back on point 1? For the most part, you probably aren't going to see this. Reason being, it's incredibly tough to contest a point and then immediately have to contest again when your team's half
Not
dead.
set up, yeah.
So it looks like we're not going to get any switches for point 2. Red team coming in with the Lucio sound barrier. Blue team gonna have the Bridget ult. Gonna be interesting. She pops it right now, making the mad dash for the point.
Zenyatta.
They're gonna get collapsed on from underneath and behind. Bridget getting caught out of position near the entry here. We're gonna see another Bridget ult from the red team.
D.Va dismount.
Oh, nano boost from blue side.
2 people down for blue.
Oh, unfortunately, losing 3. Are we gonna see any ults from red team? Do they even think they have to use
They're just
them?
holding.
Another pin to try to clear the way from Cake. Very nice. All right,
Blue team's gonna have to regroup here.
Blue team's gonna regroup back at point 1. We're gonna try to get another good push here. Here comes Reinhardt and Ana. Red team looking strong with 5 whole ultimates, using that they can absolutely use to their advantage to clear the point on the next push.
We have Ryan's ult ready for blue and 3 people above 85% here. It's pretty close.
It's definitely close, but here immediate Earth Shatter from blue team. So many stuns coming out from the other Earth Shatter. D.Va's popping ult. I like that combo a lot. There's so much chaos. The Lucio sound barrier coming in.
Looks like the Lucio sound barrier did its job. Nobody died.
Here we go. Legendary absorbing a lot of damage here with the Zarya shield. Banner still out from blue side. We still have 4 ultimates left on red team. Nisei Panda trying to escape. Bridget rally. D.Va ult. Nano boost. D.Va self-destructing here to try to get everyone away. Unfortunately, Graviton Bomb came out a second ago.
Damn, everybody's so close to death, but they just couldn't manage to get it.
Blue team using everything they had and immediately committing to that fight too, knowing that everyone was there and what they could do was unfortunately not enough to stand up to the force that is NJIT right now. Absolutely standing tall in the side of Hanamura.
Looks like they're trying for the exact same corridor push.
I like this strat again. They have to be careful what's around the corner here. Everyone's standing in there taking so much damage.
Ryan gets knocked off.
Immediately, Bridget popping barrier. D.Va getting stunned, slept. Almost getting knocked out of mech. What else are we going to see here?
D.Va down.
Blue team down. Looks like we're going to see a self-destruct from red team and a sound barrier. I like that strat a lot. Nano boost comes out from blue. That sound barrier doing so good to protect against the D.Va ult. Zarya going down with ult up as well. Red team, another successful hold at this point 2 in Hanamura.
That one was definitely sloppier though.
Absolutely. The beginning of the later half of the fight looked way better than it did from the beginning, but the blue team was able to make the fight look good and make it feel like they were actually going to be able to win that one. Again, coming back at this fight, 2 ults, even apiece. Next closest one is Graviton Bomb from Zarya. As soon as she gets that, she's probably going to want to push
charging straight up the middle here.
Right through the center. Here comes an Earth Shatter.
Oh,
the barrier from Ryan. We're going to need to see a Graviton Bomb from Stevens here.
And they managed to live with the Bridget ult here.
Here comes a Graviton Bomb. Are we going to see one in response? The sound barrier.
Nobody goes down.
Here comes the Iris and the self-destruct from D.Va. Is that going to take anyone out? No. D.Va getting back in like the reverse Graviton Bomb.
3 people go down. D.Va dismounted. Zarya almost dead.
Very nice. Here comes another Earth Shatter.
A stun. People are getting taken down left and
kills.
right.
NJIT looking like they're slightly losing their footing here.
And it looks like they might get the point.
They might get the whole point. We're going to have to see what kind of rush play. We got to switch to Mei here.
The emergency Mei pick.
Here comes a Tracer from Pierre and a Wrecking Ball.
Cake immediately gets stomped as he tries to
absolutely annihilated. Here comes the Wrecking Ball. See if he can make any more disruptive plays so that his team can get there in time. Wrecking Ball's going to go down.
Tracer's trying her best.
Tracer's in there. Going to recall quickly.
She dies immediately. Bridget goes down as
well. And a great answer to game 1 from Stevens.
It just seems like they managed to slip in a little bit.
Right.
And create that chaos that they want, and they take advantage of it really, really well.
That is exactly what we like to see here. Absolutely amazing.
All right.
No, it's okay.
Whoa, that was impressive.
That was absolutely crazy. Again, great plays from both sides. Stevens trying to use the slip-up, the tiny slip-up from NJIT to immediately Oh, hello. Hello, friends. Hello, Twitch chat. Hello, yes.
We are here, indeed.
We are here in New Jersey at Stevens Institute of Technology watching these fantastic Overwatch plays. All right, we are going to see NJIT back on defense here. We're going to see how they're going to choose to set up point 1 here in order to get Stevens to not take it.
Now, we saw in game chat some cheeky comments here. Cake said that he was told by his team leader to go for that spawn pin that we see. It looks like he's setting up for again.
Right, it looks exactly like that's what he's going to do.
Angular said that he was ready for it, let's see.
Of course, when you got players like this that know exactly what they're doing, you got to be on your toes at all times. At all times. Looks like blue team's raring to go here again. We're going to see, unfortunate. Going to have to try to heal everyone back up real quick after getting eaten by that Reinhardt E.
All right, looks like they're trying to hold the gate again.
Oh, another surprise attack. Scattering the blue team. Angular immediately reacts with the pin. What a great play. Killing the Lucio. D.Va killing the Zarya.
Oh, the Ryan Shatter hit
comes out.
Everybody.
Getting an entire team wipe on Stevens. What an absolutely menacing showing.
Wow, that was ridiculous.
Cake is an absolute menace on this Reinhardt. That is something to be afraid of.
That ult charge came so quickly.
That was disgusting. And here comes D.Va from up top. Not going to be able to block all those micro missiles, though. Blue team looking like they're going to try to make another mad dash. Bridget now, his ultimate going to pop it.
Angular getting very
low from it. Reinhardt's going to put up shield. Unfortunately, he goes down.
Zenyatta goes down as
losing
well.
Zenyatta as well. Now red team has Bridget and Zenyatta ult. Let's see what they can do with this. They're going to try to push him all the way back into spawn here. Absolutely insane. Now blue team has sound barrier ready to go.
Let's see what they're going to have to do on their next push.
D.Va ult's coming up now. Reinhardt's going to have his again in a second. Blue team needs to be very careful about this next upcoming play. Immediately
4 ultimate
can be answered with 4 ultimates in their face. Here comes the sound barrier from blue team. The earth shatter to push in.
Graviton bomb
from red side.
The entire blue team gets caught and just annihilated.
All NJIT's Zenyatta had to do was sit in the middle and hold Q. Nothing was going to happen to them there. And unfortunately, blue team's going to have to regroup again and try another once more to get a push at point 1 on Hanamura.
This time, though, they only have the Bridget ult, and they have Zenyatta ulti here.
That's
They're going to be tough to take down.
Graviton Bomb is going to be incredibly crucial to get their entire team wiped here.
D.Va ulti is coming up.
Here we go. The Zarya almost going down here. They can now react with a sound bomb and the rally.
D.Va at 95.
We're going to rush in right here now. Here comes the Graviton Bomb.
Angular goes down.
Reaction with the sound barrier. D.Va's gonna pop ultimate here. Zenyatta, Iris to keep everyone alive. They're not gonna get any picks from that. Unfortunately, losing Zarya. D.Va's gonna get it to mech here. Unfortunately, enemy team, red team D.Va's gonna be out of mech, and now red team just barely staving off that push is going to be able to respond with another rally and an earth shatter. They're gonna go for another base push again. Blue team losing 3. The switch to May on Invertigo.
It looks like they've been shoved off. I don't think they can get to the point.
There is 5 seconds, and unfortunately, wait, it's being contested by someone. Lucio up in the top here. Absolutely insane, trying to go for the crazy plays, and unfortunately, not going to be able to hold it. An absolutely crazy game on Hanamura.
What a way to end it.
That was insane. Absolutely insane.
Those sneak attacks, man. They put in work.
We are switching sides once again, and now we're going to see if the red team, using their 5.5 minutes left over, can take it from the blue team. We are getting terribly close, and this is getting terribly scary. The longer it goes on, the more nail-bitey it gets, and the better the fights get. These, honestly, have been absolutely amazing matches, and I'm ready for more. So here we go.
Let's see what they choose.
Ready for battle.
All right. All right.
Looks like from
Moira. There's the Moira.
I like the Moira pick a lot. Looks like from red team, we're going to be getting a lot more what we've been seeing throughout the entire day here. Only missing another support and another tank. I think they might just be deciding what they want here.
Zarya,
okay.
Zenyatta.
The same core we've seen all day. And it looks like we're going to see the same thing from Stevens, except maybe this time we're going to see the Moira. I'm really excited to see how this pick rolls out for them.
No Zenyatta this time, the Moira instead.
Right.
We talked about it a little bit. There are a lot of good bounces and
There is
use
some-
for her abilities
There is some
here.
great positioning here. We are absolutely going to see.
We'll have to see how
What
Vertigo
happens.
plays it.
So red team, again, probably
Opting
just
for the
going
gate
to
defense.
immediately rush in here. Absolutely crazy, getting the stun on Angular, immediately taking him out. Red team taking about 50% damage on their tanks, unmeching D.Va here.
A lot
Losing
of damage
Bridget.
pulling down.
Blue team just absolutely getting decimated here. This could be big trouble for Stevens.
Oh,
Moira
Iron
going
down.
down, losing Zarya, and unfortunately that is going to be point one.
Take.
And that is this game, this map for NJIT. Absolutely baller.
All right, well.
So once again, great plays from both teams. It's been absolutely awesome. Can you maybe pick out some of your favorite points from these past couple matches?
I would definitely say those two Reinolds that we saw from Cake were very impressive. On the sneak attack
The
for the
sneak
second
attack
round,
was insane. He
that ult
immediately
charge,
had it.
Yeah,
Immediately
that was
had it.
so crazy. Pulled it out immediately. And other than that, some of those graviton bombs were so scary.
Right.
But they never amounted to anything.
Unfortunately-
the Lucio ultis are just too much.
The Lucio ultis are great. The problem with the Graviton Bomb, I feel, was that every time Stevens had a Graviton Bomb, they didn't have anything to react with. And that's kind of why I was talking, maybe bring out the Moira, give us some DPS heroes. But again, I completely understand the whole GOAT strategy that they were going for. It was working really well. They were able to fend off NJIT a lot on Route 66. There were some amazing fights on Hanamura. They even took the second point in game 2. It was incredible.
Yeah.
There were great plays from both sides. We absolutely loved it.
For sure.
Trying to think what else. I think the player switch worked well. Nothing was lost from it at all. The player switch from Stevens was perfectly fine and normal. It worked. I don't think we saw any switches from NJIT. I think everyone pretty much stayed the same there.
Yep. We saw the panic
Yes.
on the very last point
right.
in the first
right.
or in the second round, where people were switching to Tracer, to Mei, to Hammond, trying
just
to
get
regain
in
control.
as fast as possible.
But they didn't manage to take it back. But they brought it back after that immediately.
Right. And again, I mean, what was the possibility? Maybe we could have seen Hammond on point 1, or maybe we could have seen Orisa on point 1. There's plenty of other things like, if the defending team was deciding to go for an Orisa, they could have pulled out a DPS and said, okay, you sit back, and as soon as Orisa lands the first gravity ball, when she pulls it in, get the Pharah up on the corner, or get somebody up on the corner, and just blast down on the people they pulled in, because it would have been completely unsuspecting. Again, more surprise plays. Again, like we saw for NJIT, that sneak attack was absolutely stellar. There was no stopping that silly pin at the start was insane, and it was so good. But those plays like that, you gotta surprise people.
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta show them that these characters aren't just about run in, hold your shield buttons, and eventually just tank through it.
And perhaps that's the lesson today for the Stevens team.
Yeah, absolutely.
It seems like they were very unsuspecting of all of those strategies that NJIT pulled out, and it got them a very commanding early advantage on all the rounds.
Right. Definitely, if we take a look back at Route 66 for a moment, on Route 66, they were able to realize that they weren't going to get choked at spawn, so they immediately switched to Winston D.Va, two of the best dive unit tanks in the game, and as soon as they noticed where they were trying to huddle up on top of the restaurant gas station, immediately jump up there and cause crazy havoc, which is what Stevens wants, because we fight with crazy good chaos, but only when we manufacture it.
Yes.
If we manufacture the chaos, that's where we shine brightest. But unfortunately, that's not exactly how it worked out this time.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's all we have today.
Yeah. Once again, guys, thank you so much for watching. We will catch you again next week. Of course, follow us on Twitter. Follow us on our socials. Mine is right here. His is up there.
We have
and of
Stevens
course,
Esports.
at Stevens Esports on Twitter for all of your live update needs right at your fingertips. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will catch you again next week. I'm Jake, and this is
I'm
Luke.
Luke.
And we will see you next time.